everyone, I'm Catherine and welcome to your first day of virtual camp. For day one, we're going to be learning how to make these bonfire cupcakes. So for today's class, you're going to be needing your cupcakes, your milk chocolate, your little mini marshmallows, your buttercream, your red and orange food dye, your 2 pastry bags, and your star tip. Things not included in your kit that you're going to be needing for today's camp is a glass cup. This helps just hold your pastry bag. Totally not necessary though. A piece of parchment or wax paper so we can make our little bonfire chocolate logs. And some toothpicks because they are going to hold our marshmallows as we roast them over the fire. So let's get started. We're going to make our bonfire logs first. So you're going to need a piece of parchment, wax paper, anything that doesn't stick to the chocolate. We're going to melt our chocolate in the microwave, 30-second intervals the first 2 times and 10 seconds after that. Once your chocolate is melted, we're going to make sure it's all nice and smooth, and then we're going to put it into our pastry bag. So you're going to fold the top over, and you can pour the chocolate in now, or you can grab a cup. This acts as an extra hand for you, and you're going to grab your cup and you're going to put your pastry bag into the cup. And this will hold the pastry bag right in place for you so you can scrape your bowl clean of all the chocolate that you put inside of your pastry bag. Once you have all your chocolate inside the pastry bag, you're going to fold the top back over. And then you're just going to want to twist the top to make sure it's sealed so no chocolate comes out when you are piping your chocolate logs. Or you can put a rubber band, whatever is easiest for you. You're going to cut a small hole in the top, not too big. See, I'm doing right about there. And then what you're going to do is kind of free form shaping. You're just going to start squeezing out your chocolate. You can do a rectangle shape first to give yourself like a little outline of what a little bonfire log would look like. Or you can just go straight across with lines back and forth, and you want them to kind of go on top of each other because that gives it that more look of like a wood, you know, like the wood grain. So you're gonna see I'm just gonna keep going back and forth and just make a whole bunch of chocolate logs. And then when you're done with that, just set it to the side until it sets. Or you can put it in the fridge or freezer if you want it to set faster. So while our logs are setting to the side, you're going to take your buttercream and you're going to take 2 separate bowls and you're going to put some buttercream in one bowl and then some buttercream in the other bowl. After you get your buttercreams in your bowl, you're going to want to grab your orange gel coloring and your red gel coloring that came in your kit, and we are going to dye our buttercreams. So I'm going to put about 1 to 2 drops of the orange in, and then for the red, I'm kind of just going to give it a big squeeze. Because if you don't put enough red in, you'll kind of get a light pink. So that's totally up to you if you want more orange or more red. Once we have our colors dyed, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to grab our pastry bag, our star tip, and you're going to want to grab a cup. This just helps make it easier as an extra hand. So I'm going to take my pastry tip, I'm going to fold the top over my bag, and I'm going to put my pastry tip inside my bag because then this gives me an idea about where to cut. Because if you cut a hole too big inside your bag, your tip's going to come flying out. So I'm going to cut right about there. I'm going to take my scissors, I'm going to cut it, I'm going to push my tip through. And when you push your tip through, you want to make sure your teeth are showing on your tip. Otherwise, you won't get the indentation and grooves when we pipe out our frosting. So now I'm going to put the pastry bag over my cup and I'm going to try and open it as wide as I can because this is going to be a 2-toned pastry bag. So we're going to want to put the buttercream on one side and then the other buttercream on the other. We don't want them to mix too much. We want them to mix just when they come out of the pastry bag. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my buttercream and using my spoon, a spatula, a butter knife, whatever you have, you're going to just take the buttercream. I'm going to start with the red and I'm going to scrape it onto only one side of the pastry bag. And I'm also going to try and push it down towards the tip as much as I can. And I'm going to do that with the red. And then when I'm done with that, I'm going to turn my cup around and I'm going to do the same exact thing with my orange. I'm going to put the orange in the pastry bag by scraping it down the side and then pushing it as far down as I can on the pastry bag. And this is it. And this, is going to give us that 2-toned look of buttercream on our bonfire cupcakes, which looks super cool. Now that my pastry bag is full, I'm gonna unfold the top from the cup, and then I'm going to just gently squeeze the buttercream down towards the tip, and you can see when I hold the bag up how the buttercream sit next to each other, and then when you push it down you can see they're gonna come out side by side. It's gonna look really awesome. All right, so now we're gonna pipe our frosting and start building our bonfire cupcakes. So holding your tip straight up and down towards your cupcake, you're gonna do like a little rosette in the middle. So you're gonna squeeze, keep pressure, go clockwise, stop, okay? And then you're gonna grab your little chocolate logs and you're kinda wanna shape them around that little mound of buttercream, like in a teepee shape. So I'm gonna put about 4 logs. I'm gonna balance them up on top of that buttercream mound, and then I'm gonna grab my buttercream frosting again. And this time we're gonna hold the tip straight up and down again, and starting on the outside, we're gonna swirl like as if it was an ice cream cone. So keeping pressure, you're just gonna keep swirling and then just move your wrist clockwise. And then I'm gonna add just a little dollop, like star dollops of frosting on the bottom to look like the fire's coming out the sides also. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna hold the tip to the side of the cupcake, squeeze, pull, release, squeeze, pull, and release. So I'm gonna give you a different camera angle and show you again. So again, a little rosette of frosting in the middle. You're gonna take your, sorry, I switched cupcakes, I don't know why, chocolate logs. So you're just gonna add your 4 little logs again around the little rosette of icing into a teepee shape. So as you can see here, my one log wasn't really sticking because there was like not a lot of buttercream there. So what I did was I just added a little bit of dollop of frosting on the back of it, and that will just help it stick to the rest of the logs. And then the same way that we did the last one, starting on the outside, you're going to keep pressure and squeeze and rotate your hand clockwise like you're building an ice cream cone, and just swirl all the way up. And then you're going to do the little fire coming out the sides. You're going to squeeze, pull, release, squeeze, pull, and release, squeeze, pull, release, squeeze, pull, and release. And that makes it look like the little fire is coming out the sides of the cupcake. The final touch for our bonfire cupcakes is, of course, roasted marshmallows. So you're gonna grab some toothpicks and you're gonna grab your micro marshmallows, and you're just gonna stack 3, 4, 2, however many marshmallows you would like onto your toothpicks and set them aside. So the final touch on top of our cupcakes is you're gonna put your little toothpick of your marshmallows. You can do 1, you can do 2, you can cross them, you can go behind as I'm showing you here. I like the look of the 1, so I'm just gonna do 1 on top of each cupcake. And that's how you make your bonfire cupcakes. Please feel free to share your pictures. I would love to see them. I hope everyone had fun, and I will see you tomorrow for s'mores cake pops. Thanks for making the bonfire cupcakes with me today. I hope everyone had a great first day of your virtual cake decorating camp. We'll be back tomorrow to make some s'mores cake pops. If you have any questions at all about your cupcakes and need help or anything, please feel free to message me at Pastry Mama on Instagram and Facebook, or message Candyland and they can help you, or get in touch with me and I can help you. I'll see you guys tomorrow.